Hey, everybody, this is Guru Neil here in downtown Abacoa at Rising Sun Martial Arts. So, good morning. It is Tuesday morning. Looks like it's a little bit after 9:31. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk to you today about the 7 Habits of Happy Kids. The 7 Habits of Happy Kids is a concept by Sean Covey, and he wrote a book about it called The 7 Habits of Happy Kids. Actually, it's right here. And we utilize this in our school as a means of our life skills program because I'm a big believer that martial arts is not just about punching and kicking, that there's a higher level involved in it as well. So while we create great martial artists, we also want to create kids that have excellent habits. So this week at Rising Sun Martial Arts, we're working on talking about, discussing, and being physically active about habit number 2. And what's habit number 2? Habit number 2 is have a plan. Or it can also be called begin with the end in mind. And simply, what does that mean? It means that I make goals and I set priorities. That's all it means. So at the end of this video, what I'm going to ask you to do is put in your email address below and put in the hashtag habit number 2. If you do that, I'm going to send you something special. It's going to be a nice downloadable file. So please think about doing that. So have a goal, make a plan, and set priorities. So we can do that with our kids. Kids can make goals, can set priorities, and we can remind them about that because I'm preaching to the choir on this one, but when we have a goal, when we write them down, we're more likely to be held accountable to that goal. So, for example, then, is how to write a goal. And it's really, real simple. A lot of us have done this before. We just need a little bit of reminding, but it's called a SMART goal. Okay, SMART, S-M-A-R-T. And we break down each letter. The S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for attainable, R is for relevant, and T means for timely or time bound, that there needs to be an end date to it. So let's go back and let's look at it specifically, what it means. And say hello while you're online to me and let me know that you're here. And so what does the S mean of the SMART goal? Simply, the S is specific. So make a specific goal. What we like our kids to do is not just say, hey, I'm going to do my chores, or I'm going to do my chores every day. It's got to be a little bit more specific than that. So, for example, what's one of the chores? One of the chores could be, I'm going to make my bed every single day before I go downstairs in the morning. That would be a very, very specific goal. Or I am going to clean my room the first time I'm asked by mom and dad and not wait till I'm asked the 5th time. That would be a specific goal. A specific goal would be at school, I'm going to read 10 books by the end of the month, or I'm going to get to a certain level of reading by the end of a certain amount of time. So make it a specific goal, not too broad, but very specific. You can take a broad goal and you can break that broad goal down even into more separate goals. Next is it's got to be in the M in SMART, which is for measurable. So the question is how do I know if I'm even achieving that goal? Well, if I made a goal to read 10 books by the end of a month, I'll know because I'm going to keep track on my goal sheet, and every time I read a book, I'm going to make a mark in that book, okay? So I can see visually at any time, where's my progress? How can I measure that goal? So there's got to be a means to measure the goal as well. What does the A stand for? The A stands for attainable, okay? So attainable just means that, is it attainable? But the key questions in the A are, for example, who's going to help me with that goal? There's somebody who can usually help me with the goal. We usually have people around us who can help with the goal. And who am I going to be accountable to? Am I going to be accountable to my mom or dad? Am I going to be accountable to a teacher? Who am I going to be accountable to as I write that goal? So keep that in mind too. And how often and when will you check in with somebody when you're doing that goal? So bear that in mind. It wants to be attainable. What does the R mean? The R in the SMART goal means relevant. So list the skills and the resources you need in order to meet that goal. So if my goal is to read a certain amount of books by the end of February, what skills am I going to need? What resources? Well, I'm going to need some books. I'm going to need some people to help me read because, I'm only 5 years old. I'm in kindergarten. I'm going to need mom and dad. I might need an uncle. I might need a grandma, and have them write that down so they're aware of who are they going to need and what they're going to need in order to attain that goal. Lastly, time bound. In other words, begin with the end in mind. When do I want to achieve this by? So if it's longer in the future, if it's a long-term goal, there's definitely going to be some mini goals that you can set before you get to that. If it's a goal by the end of the week, or it could be a daily goal, then you just know it's going to be done by the end of the day. So real simply, SMART goals. There's 5 parts to it. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it relevant? In other words, list the skills and resources that you need to attain and meet your goals. And then is it timely? Is it time bound? Is there an end date to that goal? So if you would like a really good resource for this, I have an excellent downloadable sheet right below here in the comments. Write your email address and write the word #habit2. And I'm going to send you this great downloadable worksheet that you can use with your kids. You can even use it for yourself. It's a fabulous worksheet. And parents, the great thing about using these worksheets and about using a SMART goal is that the kids like working through this. We've been doing this at Rising Sun Martial Arts, and it is a very engaging and interactive activity to do with your kids to actually write down a goal. The kids enjoy it. They have fun. It's great bonding. If you ever want just something quick to do with your kids for 5 to 10 minutes, just simply writing down a SMART goal. Really great stuff, really good. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, down below, please write your email address and write #habit2, and I'll send you this great worksheet right here about how to write your own SMART goal, given to you here at Rising Sun in downtown Abacoa. So it was great to be with you this morning. I look forward to talking to you guys a little bit more about the SMART goals, about the 7 habits. So far, week 1, last week, we worked on being proactive. This week, we've been have a plan, writing a plan, having goals. So until next time, when I see you again, this is Guru Neil with respect from the heart.